Hi. Today is, I hope this is doing well. Today is Friday. Oh, hi. I just have to check my transmitter here, Pumpkin. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock you off. Just stay right there. You're okay. Don't jump. Um, today is, sorry, technical difficulties. Please stand by. Yeah, today is Friday. Good morning, Kevin. Can you hear me okay? I hope the sound is okay on this. Otherwise, I'll unplug the new mic. I didn't check the levels. No sound. Yeah, okay. 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 Yeah. New mic and transmitter. I have to reread the manual. So anyway, good morning. Let me shut this off. Hey, okay. Whoop. Sorry, Pumpkin. Okay, there we go. Is that good now? Okay, thanks. Yeah, I had the AC going, so I was trying to get fancy with the mic so we wouldn't have the fan in the background. But I hope you're having a good Friday. I'm taking a break from what we've been talking about. Oh, Gina, welcome. Awesome. Good. Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened. It's my new microphone system. It's user error. I can guarantee you that. So welcome, Kevin and Gina. All right. So cheers to you guys. This is a little energy drink with some water. It's really good. So I've been talking about how to be your best self, right? And I need to take a break from that because lately I've been getting into the Joe Dispenza information a lot. And part of me has always been susceptible to getting sucked into cult-like situations, whether it was like my marriage or another person after my marriage. And I'm very aware of not, like I tend to trust people too soon. I don't know how if you guys can identify with that, and I tend to like go all in on stuff and sometimes not really have the guardrail. So meanwhile, I've been very mindful. Like when I started my doctorate program, it was through a church, and I actually called the guy that started it and I said, well, how do I know this isn't a cult? And we had like an hour-long conversation how he broke away from, I don't know, I think it was the Mormons or 70, I don't know, one of the organized religions. And he said, I made this school so that it would not be a cult. So let's see. Cheers to you. All right. Oh, and pumpkin. Gina's got some pumpkin coffee in honor of you. Good morning, Paul. Yeah, you almost joined Scientology in Germany. Well, it's designed to like lure us in. That's so interesting, Kevin. Yeah, I watched some specials on that. And it seems so helpful and so, it kind of resonates with people that want to be their best selves and be part of a group who also has that goal in mind, right? So now I'm very wary when I start, really like thinking about things or getting too involved in things. So as I said, my doctorate course, I questioned the dean of the school who started it, and I'm like, how do I know? And he was actually very cool about it. Because he gets that question a lot, and he said, this is, and basically the tenets of the religious organization are do no harm and do good. So that is very altruistic. So that really resonated. Oh yeah, practicing Dianetics. It's so funny. It's funny you say that because when I went to school at UConn at first, my first day, I found a book of Dianetics in like a stairwell. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting. What's this? Oh, and then I was like, well, let me Google what this is all about. And then I'm like, oh, I don't think I want to get involved in that. But you just don't know. If you're not aware, it could be helpful maybe, but then also it's, kind of a cult, I think, right? So what I want to share with you is I looked up how to know something is not a cult. So this passed the check. Like the Dr. Joe stuff passed the check that it's not a cult, as did my doctorate degree. So, and I'm in fact going to make a funny video about the doctorate degree because there's like a frequently asked questions on the website. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah. I have the same problems. I trust, I jump in, I think that others have my same intentions and love, right? And they have your best interest at heart, right, Jean? Hi, Kazi, welcome. Everything's well here. Thank you for asking. Pumpkin, are you well? She's awesome. She's so good. Good morning, Luke. Yeah, we were just talking about cults and Scientology. So how do you know to avoid a cult? I'm going to be talking more about the Dr. Joe stuff, and I just want to make sure that, number one, I'm not getting sucked into something that is not what I believe it is, that is altruistic and helpful and helping me reach my deeper self, and that I'm not steering any of you guys in the wrong direction, because I wouldn't want to get sucked in myself and then steer people wrong. So that's really important. You know, I've got a responsibility now that we're talking online. So this is I think 7 tips, 7 warning signs that you are involved in a cult. 1, absolute authoritarianism. Take 2. 1, absolute authoritarianism without accountability. Number 2, zero tolerance for criticism or questions. Number 3, lack of meaningful financial disclosure regarding budget. Number 4, unreasonable fears from the outside world that often involves evil conspiracies and persecutions. Number 5, a belief that former followers are always wrong for leaving and there is never a legitimate reason for anyone else to leave. Number 6, abuse of members. Number 7, records, books, articles, or programs documenting the abuses of the leader. Okay. Number 8, followers feeling they are never able to be good enough. Number 9, a belief that the leader is right all the time. And number 10, a belief that the leader is the exclusive means of knowing the truth or giving validation. Okay, so that was just a little checklist to know if you're involved in a cult. And none of these are true with the Dr. Joe material. So I was really happy to find that list. I mean, I kind of knew it. And then I want to tell you something that is a personal experience that backs up this concept that he's altruistic and he means well. So recently, I found myself at a dinner with some people that had means. Let's see. Good morning. Hi, Hossain. Welcome. I'm glad you joined us. And by the way, I also want to, this chat has been really clean and really nice, and I want to thank our moderator, Imran Hossain. He is a phenomenal, he's a YouTube SEO specialist, and he has helped my channel take off, and he's been moderating for us the past week. And thank you so much, Imran. You've been doing a phenomenal job, and our chat has been lovely and what I had hoped it would always be. So thank you for that. Yes, no, it's true. The problem is Dianetics was invented by a cult leader. Correct. Yeah, so that's the thing. Dianetics is, you know, I think it's basically the beginning of Scientology or something. I don't know. It's tied together, right? L. Ron Hubbard, right, L. Ron. I mean, he was an interesting character, wasn't he? He was, I don't know if he was in the Navy, or, I don't know. I feel like he had some kind of stolen valor issue where he, like, hyped up his military experience, and then he liked dressing in like military garb and to give himself more power. And then some of his stuff was used by the CIA to do like mind control. Like, I don't know. He's an interesting cat, but also very dangerous, I think. You know. So, but I'm glad you didn't join that, Kevin. Jeez, that's kind of scary, you know, because you can get sucked in, and I know when you're in it, because I've been in a couple of situations where I pretty much gave over my power because I trusted the person, and they did not have my best interest at heart. And when you're in so deep, the people that are running the show or running that turn you against everybody else. They isolate you. They isolate you from everybody that cares about you. Oh, thank you. Well, welcome from Pakistan. Yeah, civil engineer, excellent. May you stay safe as well. Yes. This seems like the gateway show for recruitment. I hope not, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to talk about it and not seem like that, but it's not. So you're welcome to check out my other content, and then you can know. But but if not, that's okay. Anywho, so I am going to be, the reason that I wanted to confirm that the Dr. Joe stuff is not a cult is because I'm going to go in tomorrow night and do a Manifesting Magic special. It's going to be an 8 p.m. longer live, okay? And I'm going to use some of his material that is free on Gaia. So I wanted to check out just to see if he passed the checklist of not being a cult, which it's not. I kind of knew that. And then, you know, and I'm going to kind of use that as a framework, because I've been working with his material since I got back from the retreat last week, and it's been effective. It's been true to life. I'm finding it true in my heart, and I don't see any problems with it. But also, I wanted to check externally and just make sure that I'm not being bamboozled. So that's it. People play mind games. Absolutely, yeah. People do play mind games, and you know, I try to protect myself from that, and I encourage you to as well. So that's why I went over that checklist, because it's a good. That was from Very Well Mind online. You know, I kind of Googled that real quick this morning. But I was starting to tell you. So there was a personal situation. I found myself at a dinner with some people of means. I was sitting actually between two people who both had private jets. And the first thing, I mean, just on a personal basis, like, you guys know me if you've been here a while. Oh, good morning, Carlisle. The first thing was, I struggled until recently with feeling worthy. You know, I don't come from money, and I don't have a lot of it at the moment, but I'm manifesting it, right? So I'm here between two people that are talking about what kind of private jets they flew in on and what they're doing and all this. And the reason I never intended to bring this up, but they were talking about Dr. Joe, right? Okay. Hang on a sec, okay? So and they actually mentioned, they said, you know, they like Dr. Joe's work, and they also work with Tony Robbins. And they basically said, and I like this because it backs up the idea that the Dr. Joe material is not, he's not looking to create a cult. They said, you know, Tony Robbins is always looking to upsell. Like, his products are great, his information is great, they've seen great success from using his information, but also he's always looking to make more money and sell. And they said, you know, Dr. Joe is also very helpful, but he doesn't monetize his information as much as Tony Robbins. And I found that very, very interesting, and that really made me feel better about getting into the Dr. Joe information. So I just wanted to share that with you. I just thought it would be cool. And also, it took me like every ounce of strength I had to feel worthy in this group of people that were clearly very well off. And I was sitting there in my dress that I had bought from a thrift shop for like $7. And I was like, you know what? I had to give myself a pep talk in that situation, just to be like, you know what? I'm doing the best I can, and I am worthy. I'm a good person. And it was really a challenge, but I did it, and it sounds like nothing, but it was really interesting. So let's see what you guys have been saying. Okay. Hossain. Yeah, you know what? It was funny. It was interesting sitting next to them, and I was thinking, okay, I'm not missing much. You know, I mean, it was interesting, but I was like, okay, I don't need to be here again. Yeah, and Hossain, if you want to reach out to me, I am a life coach, so if you needed to talk about something, that's fine. Seem well-meaning, but the guru has a private jet. Oh, it's not the guru. These were just people that were talking about him. So, yeah, you know what, Luke? I have to say, okay, it sounds like you may have a bad vibe about money. So money is an energy, okay? It's not good or bad. It has no charge. And you know what? If somebody's well off and they have a jet, I'm not going to be angry at them or feel bad towards them, because that's their choice. What I look at is, what do they do with their money? Are they helping people? Are they making people's lives better? Or are they just taking the money and doing whatever they want with it, you know? So Yeah, so I get that. Arshdeep, welcome. Paul, hi. Thank you so much. Yeah. Give more of your freedom and access to share the wonderful person you. Oh, thank you so much. Um, yeah, and that's precisely what one of the meditations I listened to actually was about abundance. Because I'm like, all right, I know I'm abundant. I know I'm blessed. I love I love myself now, and I love my life, and I love this opportunity to speak to you folks, and my cats and my apartment, and lots of beautiful things, and my relationships with people that are close to me. So I do have abundance, and we have to sometimes reframe our thought of abundance. I'm not a millionaire, but you know what? Yet, but it's okay because I'm at peace. And like you said, Paul, freedom. Freedom is really where we can. I mean, that was one of the comments. Like I think Dr. Joe said in the intro to the abundance meditation, he said it's not so much having cash. It's more like the freedom to do what you want, with whom you want, when you want. And and that's not saying don't help people. I mean, I want to help people. I think if you want to help people and you want to do your best, then the universe is going to line up to help you do that. But also you have to be resonant. You have to be in the right vibration. So thank you so much. Okay. So do you guys have any thoughts on the content? We're going to be, like I said, tomorrow night, it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to talk about manifesting, but we're going to start with the science of how our brain works. So it's going to be some science at first, and based on the info from the free class that Joe is doing on Gaia. It's Gaia.com. And I went on though, so it's not totally free. They give you a 7-day free membership, and I think he's got a bunch of episodes, and then you can watch, you can use whatever you want from the app, and then I think it's like $14 for the individual months, or $9.99 if you pay for a whole year. So it's not totally free. It's free for I think 7 days. Yeah. If they got their money exploiting impressionable people, then I do mine. Of course, correct. Yeah. All you need, you already have. Don't buy any course or retreat. You know what, though? I have to say, Luke, it's like an investment to learn, okay? I don't know these methods, and I do want to learn about that. So I am at peace giving some money to learn different techniques if I find them valuable, and if I'm going to use them. And if not, then I won't. I'll get the book out of the library, or or just meditate on my own or whatever. But if it's something that I think is useful, I'm happy to pay us something for it, because somebody had to put that together. Just as I'm hoping to put together some information that may help people. There we go. That may help people, and I would like to get compensated for it, eventually. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that looks like, but I feel like I came from like a very poor situation, not poor, but after my marriage ended, I was financially challenged, physically challenged, emotionally challenged. Like I was at rock bottom, and now I'm creating a better life for myself. I've dropped 60 pounds. I've become healthy mentally, physically, spiritually, and I want to share how I did it, because I think it would help somebody, and I think it's okay to, if I put work in and create something. I don't know what you think about that, but I hope you can respect that. Yeah, some people come from very vulnerable situations. Correct. No, I agree, and that's why I really hesitated talking about the one that's on Gaia, because there is a fee. But you know what? I went on the Hay House free one, and it wasn't that good. It was okay, but the one that he put on Gaia has a really great production value, and it's much more fun to watch. So you have to figure out, sometimes you get what you pay for. So, for $14 for a month subscription, I think it's worth it to watch a great production quality and good information. So even if you just rent it for 1 month, get the Gaia for 1 month and watch the really good version. I think it's called Rewired. The production quality is excellent. Yeah, hi Tahir. Okay, anyway, so I'll be talking about that tomorrow night, and if you get a chance, you can go on Gaia and check it out. But I'll be looking at probably the first episode or two, and then we can talk about it, and then we'll get into how our brain manifests our own reality, because whether you are aware of it or not, you're manifesting your reality, and not being aware gives you zero control. So by being aware of how our brain manifests our reality gives us power. Yeah, no, I don't have any affiliation. I don't get any money. I did attend the retreat, and that's why I wanted to make sure it wasn't a cult, because the stuff really resonated with me and it empowered me. And I want to make sure that I'm not getting sucked into something nefarious, but it's on the up and up. So that's all I wanted to share with you. Hi, Hassan. Yeah. Sacrifice your whole life for Pakistan. I don't know. Okay. Well, from myself to yourself, thanks for joining me on this journey, and I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Okay. And thank you, Imran, for moderating. I appreciate it. And my email is in the description if you need to reach out to me directly, Hassan. Okay. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Thanks for saying goodbye. Pumpkin says goodbye too. Oh, success is doership. A lot of people get lost in success. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to be very careful. But thanks, Paul. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.